Old man's apartment, ground floor, window unlocked, no alarm system, in and out, 5 minutes. What Danny didn't know. The old man was Frank Morrison, retired police detective, robbery division, 35 years. Frank had caught 247 burglars. And tonight, Danny was about to be number 248. 2 a.m. Reconnaissance. Danny O'Brien stood outside the apartment building. Black clothes, backpack, flashlight, looking at apartment 4B, ground floor. Perfect. He'd scouted it a week ago. Old man, lives alone, has cats, lights out every night at 10 p.m. Easy job, Danny thought. Put on his gloves, approached the window, pushed gently, unlocked. Old people, he smirked, never lock their windows. Slid inside. Quietly. Living room. Dark. Perfect. Danny didn't know. In the bedroom, Frank Morrison had opened his eyes. Frank's night routine. Frank Morrison was 62 years old. Retired 3 years ago. 35 years on the force. Detective in the robbery division. Caught 247 burglars. Seen every type. The window climbers, the door pickers, the smart ones, the stupid ones. Caught them all. And tonight, at 2:03 a.m. Sherlock and Watson woke him up. 2 orange tabby cats. Watson came to the edge of the bed. Meowed. Frank opened one eye. "What is it, boy?" Sherlock was looking at the window, ears perked up. Frank listened. A sound. From the living room. Very faint. Footsteps. Careful steps. Frank smiled. "Ah," he whispered. "We have a visitor tonight." Danny's plan. Danny stood in the living room, turned on his flashlight, looked around. Old furniture, bookshelves, photos. Old man must have cash, he thought. Checked the drawers. First drawer, bills, pens. Second drawer, old newspapers. "Come on," Danny muttered. Walked toward the bedroom. Door was ajar. Old man sleeping, he thought. Perfect. Peeked inside. Dark. Bed. Sleeping figure. Danny smiled, approached the nightstand, held the flashlight, opened the drawer, and froze. "Good evening." "Good evening," said a calm voice. Danny jumped, pointed the light at the bed. The old man was sitting up, wearing glasses, holding a baton, old police baton, and smiling. "Wrong apartment, son," said Frank. Danny froze. What's your name?" Frank asked, as if having a chat. Danny. Danny, nice name. I'm Frank. Frank Morrison." Danny edged toward the door. Frank stood up, slowly, not threatening, just standing. "Don't run, Danny, let's talk." "I was just burglarizing. I know. I've talked to 247 people who did the same thing, for 35 years. Danny swallowed. "Are you a cop?" "Retired." "Retired? Yes, but the phone still works." Frank pointed to the phone on the nightstand. "One button, I call 911. Or, Danny asked. "Or sit down, let's talk, and I'll give you a chance." The conversation. Danny didn't know what to do. He could run, but the old man was near the door, and there was the baton, and cop, retired, but still a cop. "Sit," Frank said, pointing to a chair. Danny sat. Frank sat across from him. 2 cats came over. Sherlock rubbed against Danny's legs. Watson jumped onto Frank's lap. "Sherlock and Watson," Frank said. "They woke me up. They always do." Danny was silent. Frank continued. "How old are you, Danny?" 28. 28. Young. How long have you been doing this?" Danny hesitated. 3 years. Ever been caught?" "No." Frank nodded. "You don't have to be good, just lucky." "I am good," Danny said, defensive. Frank laughed. "If you were good, you wouldn't be here." "Why not?" "Because a good burglar does real reconnaissance." "I did. I watched you for a week." "And what did you see?" "Old man, lives alone, easy target." Frank smiled. "Lonely old man? Yes, but how lonely?" Danny frowned. Frank stood up, went to the bookshelf, grabbed a photo album, handed it to Danny. Open it. Danny opened it. Photos. Frank, younger, police uniform. Frank at an awards ceremony. Frank with other officers. 35 years, Frank said. Robbery division, 247 arrests. Danny swallowed. You were a detective? Yes. And I broke into your house? Yes. Silence. Then Danny laughed, an incredulous laugh. Wow, definitely picked the wrong house. Frank laughed too. Definitely. The choice. Frank sat back down. Now, he said, you have two options. Danny listened. Option 1, I call 911. You get arrested. Do you have a record? No. First offense, you'll get 2 to 5 years, maybe parole. Danny's face paled. Option 2? Frank leaned forward. I let you go. What? Yes, but on one condition. What condition? You quit this? Danny laughed. Just like that? You say quit and I'll quit? No, listen. Frank got serious. Right now you're 28. You've been doing this for 3 years, and you're lucky, never been caught. But luck doesn't last forever. Eventually you'll get caught, maybe tomorrow, maybe 5 years from now. And when you do, your life is over. Criminal record, prison, can't get a job, can't start a family. Everything ends. Silence. Danny lowered his head. Frank continued. But tonight, in this apartment, I'm giving you a chance. Leave and never come back. Fix your life. Get a job. Live honestly. Because next time, you might not be lucky. Danny looked at Frank. The old man's eyes were calm but serious. Why? Danny asked. Why let me go? Frank smiled. Because I caught 247 burglars. And none of them changed. Got out of prison. Did it again. But maybe you're different. Maybe if I give you a chance, you'll change. And you won't be number 248. You'll be the one I saved. Departure. Danny stood up, wiped his hands. Thank you. Frank nodded. Go, and don't come back. Danny walked to the window, stopped, turned around. Mr. Morrison? Yes? Did you really catch 247 burglars? 248, actually. I'm not counting you, because I'm letting you go. Danny smiled. I think I'm 248, but in a different way. Frank smiled. I hope you're right, son. Danny climbed out the window, disappeared into the night. Frank closed the window, locked it, looked at Watson. What do you think? Will he change? Watson meowed. Frank laughed. I hope so too. Epilogue. 6 months later, Frank was at the grocery store, buying bread. Someone was at the register. Young man, cashier. Good morning, the young man said. Frank looked. Familiar face. Danny. Their eyes met. Danny smiled. Good morning, Mr. Morrison. Frank smiled. Good morning, Danny. Silence. Then Danny. I got a job. I've been working here for 4 months. Frank nodded. Good. And thank you for that night. Frank put the bread on the counter. Don't thank me. Just live your life the right way. Danny scanned the bread. I am, I promise. Frank paid. As he left, he turned. Danny? Yes, sir. I'm proud of you. Danny smiled. His eyes welled up. Thank you. Frank walked out. The sun was shining, and Frank thought, I caught 247 burglars. But I saved one person. That's better.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Leave a comment with your thoughts.